Hey everyone, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to today's episode where I hope I am finding you manifesting with ease. If you're not manifesting with ease, and it is my intention that in today's episode, I give you just one nugget of inspiration towards your transformation. So today we're going to talk about manifesting through the chakras, but the difference about this episode than the other manifesting episodes is I find that the chakras give you such a great deciphering tool to not only look at the outside of you, your emotional, physical, or environmental version of what's going on in your life and see which chakras need your attention by what's going on out there, or you do it the other way around where you do the inside out and find out where you're getting blocked. So when it comes to manifesting, you know what's happening, what your obstacles are, and which chakra is the culprit. Then you start working on that particular chakra to balance it and bring it back into harmony with the other chakras, therefore manifesting with ease. Welcome to Phoenix Rising, a superior podcast for all of your transformative tools for personal and spiritual growth. Let's go get that nugget. So first of all, let's begin with what are chakras. Chakras are wheels of energy that are represented along the spine of your body. There's the six that we talk about, the six main ones that are in the body, and the crown chakra, which is just above the head. Each one of these chakras it represents a physical, emotional, and environmental object or situation. So for example, the root chakra is your connection to Mother Earth. It's your finances, your safety, your purpose on this planet as a human. That's kind of the environmental, if you will, your finances, right? That's the environment. The physical is your physical body, and this is your feet, your legs, your knees, your hips, your pelvis, your sexual organs, and basically it's all lower body. That's physical. The emotional is your security, the sense of belonging, the sense of connectedness. If it's imbalanced, there can be depression, anxiety, fear, suicidal tendencies. And that's like the whole image. So each one of the chakras has these attachments, these physical, emotional, and environmental attachments that they're kind of responsible for, if you will. And when something is askew in your life, you can look at one of those chakras, you can look at the thing that's going on in your life, and then you can associate it with whatever chakra is basically responsible, and then start working through that chakra, and then watching those hiccups start to become harmonious. And the wheels of energy, which is kind of nice because everything is energy. The things around you are dense, slower, vibrational, moving frequencies, meaning like I have this cup of water in front of me and it appears to be solid, but if I were to take a piece of this cup, it's metal, and if I were to take a piece of this and look at it under a microscope, I would realize that it's got moving molecules, neurons, right? And it goes deeper and deeper and deeper into this energy space. And so when I come out and I look at it right here with my naked eye, it looks and feels like this tangible physical thing, but instead it is energy. Now, if you fully understand that really should pique your interest in a way that says, okay, so if everything is energy, that's everything, your thoughts, your words, your beliefs, your emotions, all of the tangible things around you. If it's all energy, then is there a way for me to manipulate that energy? Is there a way for me to call things forward to me or to release things in my life that no longer work? And the answer is yes. And that, to me, is really the game of life. It is understanding, how do we do that? How do I grasp that in a way that allows me to start influencing the world around me? And that's basically what I teach. I love working with energy. I love, expanding my knowledge every single day. I've expanded my knowledge from something I've read or something I've heard, something somebody has said that has expanded my awareness. And then I start playing with that and practicing that. So in the world of the chakras, it's a nice deciphering tool because it allows me to it's almost like having a legend to a map. If I see a dotted line, I don't know what that means. Oh, well, here's a key. Here's the legend to the map that lets me know that that's a dirt road. And here's a red line. Well, that lets me know that that's an expressway. Or, here's a crooked line, and that lets me know that that's a railroad track. Well, if I'm having trouble in my relationships, then having a key lets me know that there's something inside of me in the heart chakra that needs my attention. Then the rest is just gathering some tools and techniques to help me balance that chakra. So today I want to talk about the art of manifesting and understanding when it is there's something that you want, a desire that you've been working on, something that you have been desiring, and it's just not coming to fruition, is to pull it down through the chakras to find out where you're getting blocked. So I want to start with two things. I want to start with describing the balance of, or the job, I should say, the task of each of the chakras as we manifest. Like, what is each of the chakras' job? It's not just a wheel, like a cog in a series of gears, though it's that too. But if one of them isn't working, then it throws the whole thing off. So if you take a watch or a clock with all the gears, if you take one of those gears away, something stops working. And when one of the chakras isn't working, it doesn't just stop it stops the flow of things. It makes things very difficult and not smooth. But the other chakras have to compensate for the lack of movement or balance in the one particular chakra. So if you have 7, that's just like having 7 employees. I have this big job to do overall. Okay, so it's like a burgers in a restaurant. So I have the person who takes the orders. I have the person who makes the meat. I have the person who puts a sandwich together. I have the person who, takes the money? Now that would be back in the beginning. I have somebody who bags the whole thing together, somebody who gets the drinks, and then somebody who hands it out the window. That's 7 people. Let's pretend each of those is a chakra. So if my meat guy all of a sudden isn't showing up, and let's go back one step, is all 7 of them are experts in their field. When they're having a good day, everything runs amazing and smooth, okay? So if my meat guy all of a sudden isn't showing up today, well, somebody has to make the meat or the business doesn't succeed. The burgers don't get out, right? If somebody orders a burger, they're just going to get a bun with some pickles and ketchup on it. So either the whole thing doesn't work, or somebody else has to fulfill that role. Somebody else has to go and step up into the grill and hope to God that they know how to make a burger. But typically that's not their job, and so they're probably not that good at it. So if we think of our chakras in this way, here's an example, and then I'm gonna get to what their jobs are. Is, let's say, actually, you know what? I'll give this example at the end because it'll make more sense. But if one of my chakras isn't working, that means the other surrounding chakras have to kind of take up the slack, if you will. So let's get to the beginning where each of the chakras has a job, and I'm going to tell you what the job is for each one. And I bet even when we go through this part, you're going to know right away which where you're getting stuck in your manifesting. So one thing I want you to do is I want you to take, if you want to be an overachiever, I say take out a piece of paper or a journal, and I want you to, write down the middle. I want you to write the circles. You could color them if you want. And then on the left side, you can take these notes, and on the right side, and the left side is when they're balanced, what their jobs are. And then on the right side is basically what it means when we're getting stuck, to identify it and then find out which ones are getting stuck for you. But, I was going to say something about that. Oh, okay. So when we manifest, if you think of the process of manifesting, take the thing that you want in your life. And let's say it's health. You want to lose weight. It's kind of the easiest tangible thing. It could be money. It could be a job. It could be whatever. Okay. And when the whole process is from something that is not visible to us to the visible. We want to take what is unseen and make it seen. It's a car, it's a job, it's a relationship, it's weight loss, it's new clothes, it's money, whatever. So we're taking something that is unseen and making it seen. So if you know of the chakras, the upper 3, the throat, the third eye, and the crown, those are all in the spiritual world. Those are all the unseen. The lower chakras, the root, the sacral, and the solar, those are anchored in the tangible world, in our 3D existence. Those are things that are seen. They're a part of our human experience. And the heart chakra that lies between the three on each side, so it's the middle of the seven, it's the bridge between the spirit and the physical world. And the best part about this, and I think I've mentioned this a couple times in a couple different episodes, is it makes perfect sense that the heart being the bridge that's why we have to have the emotion behind the thing that we're trying to manifest. And we manifest from the upper chakras down to the root chakra to bring it into the 3D world, something that we want to have, something that we want to touch or feel or experience. Well, it makes sense, doesn't it? That the heart chakra being in the middle is the most important one, as we're taking the thing from the spiritual world and we're pushing it down into the physical world through the heart chakra. It's got to cross that bridge. And I talk a lot about that, is the energy of the emotional state that it is you want to create. You have to have the emotion behind it, which is why when I've talked about affirmations in my podcast, is how many different affirmations people say and they never get the thing ever. Well, it doesn't cross the bridge. It doesn't cross the bridge. And it's the same as when you're healing the physical body, you're going up from the root chakra all the way to the crown. If it doesn't cross the emotional bridge, it doesn't get made manifest. You don't get the healing that you're looking for. So let's now talk about the jobs of each one. So starting at the crown chakra, this is about 6 or so inches above your head. And the crown chakra is where the ideas form. This is our connection to source energy. So this is the idea. This is the inspiration. This is the little zap into your head that says, ooh, I think, I hate this job. I want to get a new one. Okay, we'll stick with a job. I keep changing my example. But we're going to get an idea from somewhere, comes from somewhere outside of us, our inspiration, our intuition. And we get this idea through the crown chakra. Okay, now we have an idea. Now that idea goes right into the third eye, which is between your eyebrows. And that starts to formulate the details. So if I want to get a new job, let's say I want to be a doctor. I'm 52 years old. I just turned 52 last Monday. And I decided I'm not going to be a coach any longer. Now I want to be a neuroscientist. Okay, let's just pretend. So I get this idea. Well, now it comes down to the third eye is the details. Now, what does that mean? Where do I want to work? What do I want to do? Going to college, getting the degree, getting the experience, and that starts to form the details. So that's the picture of the whole thing. It's the details. It's the details of you want to lose weight, okay, and then it comes down to the details is how much do you want to lose? How do you want to lose it? What's it going to look like when you've lost that weight and you've gotten to the healthy weight that you want? The next is the throat chakra, which is at the base of the neck. This is where your idea gets communicated. Now I would go to Amy, my partner, and I would say, okay, I decided I want to be a neuroscientist. And she would probably be like, okay, wow, that's a big change. And then start asking questions. And it would be this communication between us. And then maybe it would be a phone call to a college. I would start, reaching out to different colleges that offered this degree and then figure out where I'm going to go. So I'm starting to tell people about my idea. The heart chakra, now this is where this is the bridge, right? So we're on the bridge. This is where emotion starts coming in, where now I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling energized. I'm feeling motivated. It is also where I'm pulling in other people. So now I'm not only communicating with people, but let's say I'm building relationships with people here too. I'm talking about it more with Amy. We're starting to visualize it together, what that would mean for our lives. I'm starting to connect with maybe a guidance counselor at another college or some sort of scholarship or fund of, financial aid if I need it or something like that, where I'm starting to build different relationships with people that will help me get to that goal. Now, the solar plexus, we have crossed over the emotional bridge, which is the heart chakra. We're in the solar plexus, and this is your power center. And this is the beginning part of exploring and initiating the manifesting process between the heart chakra, which is building relationships and getting excited, but it's through the excitement that I build relationships. And then in the solar plexus, it's taking action. It is moving along the timeline and taking action in the physical world. It's filling out the application. It's getting in my car and driving to the college to look at campus. It is about me picking out my books or meeting some teachers but it's some form of action. You're losing weight. This is about you getting up at 5 a.m. and going to the gym. But you're using the energy from the heart chakra that has this enthusiasm and motivation that gets you going and gets you taking this action. The sacral on the solar plexus is just above the navel. The sacral chakra is just below the navel, and this is the energy. This is the physical, tangible energy. Like this to me is like the motor. The sacral or the solar plexus is like the gas for the motor, but the sacral is the motor. This is what is energizing you to take the action. So those two go hand in hand, but it is also coming from a place of joy. And it's the heart chakra. It's coming from the place of joy and enthusiasm and motivation. But it is full of joy. It is me doing something I'm really looking forward to doing. The sacral chakra is about pleasure. It's about joy. It's about self-care in that way that allows me to be happy. And it's this energy. So think of something that you really love to do, really find pleasure in, is how much energy do you all of a sudden have? Right? Think of when you first start dating somebody and you start becoming intimate together. It does not matter what time of day it is. It doesn't matter. It's 1 o'clock in the morning and you have to get up at 6. You guys are making love. You guys are hanging out. You're laughing. You're being intimate with each other, right? And it doesn't even matter what time of day. And then even when you get up at 6, you're still full of joy and you're still full of you're so in love and everything is so amazing. And then now fast forward 20 years, you're like, dude, don't even touch me. It's 8:30. I'm going to bed. Right. And you can't, right? You just can't get there. All right. And then, so that's the sacral. The root chakra is at the base of the spine. And this is your rooted to Mother Earth. This is where it's like the birthing process, the birth of the idea, the birth of the tangible thing that you're looking for. It's the final steps, but it feels like it's so easy. It's like you're in the flow. The thing is sustaining basically without you, meaning you don't have to force it. You don't have to put in a lot of over the top kind of energy. It's just this easy, sustainable thing. Now, that is the whole process and each chakra's job in the manifesting process. And now, if we look at where we might get blocked. Now, even just doing the flow state, you probably know where you're blocked. And I can tell you most people get blocked at the solar plexus, but I will tell you this. The blocked state is going to give you a lot of insight of why you're not manifesting the thing that you want to manifest. So let's start with the top again, the crown. You have no clue. You have no idea what to do. Either you're completely unaware, you're in the same job for 40 years and you don't even think about going anywhere else. You get no ideas, no nudges, no inspiration. The third eye is you can't figure out the details. You can't see yourself being successful. You can't visualize that. You have no idea how to get from here to there. Like you can't even take the next few steps. Okay. The throat chakra is you're afraid to talk about it. You're afraid to tell anybody that you want to lose weight or you want to make more money or you want to go back to college and become a neuroscientist. You have fear of judgment, fear of comparison, fear of someone talking you out of it. The next is the heart. This is the bridge again, right? You are not motivated. You want to lose weight, but there's no way you can get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You are just not motivated. You can't decide. I want to go to college. I want to get a degree, but I don't know what. I want to lose weight, but I don't know how. And I just can't. I just flip-flop and I just can't make decisions. The solar plexus is, and you know this, there's no action. Maybe there's all talk and there's no action. You just are not taking the steps. You are not taking physical action in the physical world to make this happen. The sacral is you might start the project. You might do a week or two of working out or a week or two of talking about going back to school. but you don't finish it. All of a sudden it just kind of flakes off. The energy, you run out of gas, right? The root is that the idea, it may manifest. You may get the job, you may get the promotion, you may get the money, but it feels draining, or it feels like you have to really stay involved in order to keep it alive. I had some clients lose some weight in my boot camp, and I would say, let's say they would lose 10 pounds in 6 weeks or something, and then all of a sudden, I see them again a month later and they've gained all that weight back. And upon some further conversation, they're just like, I just can't keep it off. It should be, once you get it, it should be able to be sustainable sort of without you. And I don't mean you have to be involved in your life. I don't mean that you're not involved, but it's like, it's easy. It's like I started a business, I created a course, and people are just buying it, and I can just kind of check in with it, and I don't have to be there. It's not draining to me. It's not pulling away so much of my energy that I am constantly, it's like keeping a balloon in the air. Like I can't go away from this. I have to keep hitting the balloon in the air. And that's where you would be blocked if you weren't doing that. So here's my suggestion right now is, what do I do with this information? Well, take the thing that you want to manifest, put it at the top of the paper, write the 7 chakras down. And then now do you remember me talking about the hose analogy? Right, is having this hose. Now, the very, very simple, so you have a hose that's connected to water and a sprinkler in a garden, is if there's a kink in the hose, what's happening to your garden? It's not getting manifest. You're not growing the fruit. There's no harvest at the other end because there's a kink somewhere in the hose. Well, not only do you have to figure out where the kink is, but you have to know how to get the kink out. And there's lots and lots and lots of resources on, my podcast, my website, my Chakras for Beginners Facebook group on how to basically start working the energy of that particular chakra. So when you look at the thing you want to manifest at the top of the page, I want to lose 20 pounds. And all of a sudden I'm looking through this list. I'm looking through these chakras, and I can see I am blocked at the third eye, where I just can't even imagine myself losing 20 or 40 or 60 pounds. And I'm blocked at the solar plexus, where I have no action taken. So think about this. If those were blocked and those are the kinks in the hose, is that, remember, those chakras don't just take a vacation, they're gone. The other chakras around it overcompensate for the blockage in the other chakras. So for example, the crown might go, I really want to lose weight. I really want to lose weight. The throat might even expand. You talk about losing weight all the time. I'm going to eat better on Monday. I'm going to start working out at 5 o'clock in the morning. And you might start even over talking it, like a lot of talk, but no action. Those are the chakras that are overcompensating for the ones that are not working, the ones that are blocked. So if you find yourself talking about something over and over and over again, or you're really visualizing that thing all the time, or you are like taking action, but it's just not working, is look at the ones around it. So if I'm for example, if I'm taking a lot of action about something and it's just not producing, then I'm going to look at the heart and I'm going to look at the sacral, the ones that are right near it, and go, okay, am I overcompensating for that? Well, the one I'm overcompensating for, the solars, I'm taking a lot of action, but it's just not working. So the solar is probably overcompensating for maybe the sacral, where is this thing that I'm taking action on bringing me joy? Yes or no? No. Well, then you probably need to reconsider your idea. Does that make sense? So if you are doing a lot of talking and not a lot of action, look around the third eye. Do you have the details? And the heart, do you have the enthusiasm? Does that make sense? And you'll be able to this will make a lot more sense when you look at all the chakras together and you have taken the notes and you can see, now analyze yourself of, where am I overcompensating for this particular goal? Am I talking about a lot? Am I taking a lot of action? But why is it not manifesting? And then look around those other chakras to just see, this is the one that's blocked, and these are the two around it that are overcompensating. Either way, it's going to help you to understand where you're blocked in the manifesting cycle. And this to me is so empowering, because from here, you know what's blocked. Now you start going inward and you start working on the energy. And if this is something that you need help with, please send me an email. I'm going to start doing, send me an email that says, let's talk, or tell me that you're interested in a chakra class. I think I'm going to do like a live event where it's like a 5-day live event. We're going to talk about the chakras. We're going to talk about this. And I'm going to start teaching you the tools on how you might be able to work through this energy to unblock them and get yourself manifesting. Thank you for listening. If you liked that episode, please subscribe, like, and write a review. Let me know how that landed with you. If you'd like to support this podcast, please check out in the show notes where you could buy me a chai tea, or you can join my newest podcast membership for exclusive episodes, guided meditations, and transformative exercises that you won't find anywhere else. For more transformational tools, techniques, and programs, check out my website, theenrichmentacademy.com. Bring your journal, open your heart, and let's get ready for some serious transformation.